Take 5. Son of a... Well, anyway, here we are, the big edition of rock t-shirts again with Greg the Egg, Blackmore Rules. Oh, for the legendary Scott Waters fan club. That's one of my favorite albums of all time. I'm going to be playing in the background. Guardian, Fire and Love. It's really the only album that's really blown me away by them. But it's like a 10 out of 10. Even they have the odd, I think, 1 or 2 ballads in there that I hate mellow music. But they do it so classy. That's what the back of the CD looks like as well. And on this. But the fast songs are the ones I like the best. I think The Rain is one of them. Taking on the World for sure. Yeah, The Rain is the other two. Those are the two I like the best. But Power of Love's a great classic song. But anyway, here we go. Started with get some controversy going here. Now, legendary Scott Waters. Is this the running order, the proper running order? Deep Purple headlining and Alice Cooper just before them. And Journey. Thunder I don't know much about. Popular European band, I guess. Queensryche, Ted Nugent, and Roadstar. Ted Nugent to me should be right behind Deep Purple. That's another matter, and it's from the Monsters of Rock concert 2006. Milton Keynes. Let's turn a light on. It's like the 5th bloody time I've tried recording this, so everything's just a mess. But this was an eBay purchase, cheap. Pretty happy to get it. Okay, next. This is a Christian rock shirt, kind of. For those upon the rock, we salute you. Man, the live version of For Those About to Rock off that AC/DC live album from 93 or whatever it is, or 92. One of the best songs in rock history. And of course it's from Edmonton. Stupid Oilers. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to show a lot of stuff here because this might be the last one of these things I do. So here's a Sweden Rock shirt from 2009. Fill Your Head with Rock. The band Bonafide did a version of that song, or they made that song as a Sweden Rock anthem kind of song, and it's really good. It's on YouTube. And Helix does a song called Fill Your Head with Rock, which is like a 10 out of 10. But this was the first Sweden Rock I ever went to. Heaven and Hell, ZZ Top, Twisted Sister, Motorhead, Uriah Heep, Johnny Winter. Over the Rainbow was the big selling point because Richie Blackmore's son Jurgen was the guitarist and Bobby Rodnelli on drums, Joe Lynn Turner on vocals doing Rainbow. It was right during Bullet as well. Like I had to miss the end of Bullet, which Bullet was like a 10 out of 10. I was torn, but UFO I saw, they're great. Riot and Blackfoot. Riot was on the same time as Blackfoot. I had to miss Blackfoot. Oh, Storm Zone were phenomenal. They were on the same time as Impellitteri. I saw a couple of songs from Impellitteri, but I had to watch Storm Zone. They were great. The album Death Dealer by them is fantastic. Here we go, Sweden Rock 2010. I mean, these shirts are just phenomenal to me. Like, maybe no one else cares, but... And here's the lineup. This wasn't one I went to. This was in between years. They had this at the budget bin the year after, so I had to pick it up. Aerosmith should be over Guns N' Roses in my mind, but whatever. A lot of people, younger people than me, Guns N' Roses were their big first exposure, I guess, to hard rock. Bachman and Turner, which all reports that they were really good. Udo, Michael Schenker. I mean, the lineup for Sweden Rock is always my favorite out of any festival that I can ever find. Now here's one that I was hoping was going to be an annual festival. This was just outside of Calgary. The original Classic Rock Week. That was a couple of day outdoor concert. Here's the lineup. Oh, here's the High River, Alberta, 97. I wasn't even born then. Anyway, we got Toronto Headpins and the Tubes. Tubes were interesting. Not really my cup of tea, but Nazareth, Blue Oyster Cult, Molly Hatchet, Jerry Doucette. Your rock and roll homeworks to check out the song Mama Let 'Em Play by Jerry Doucette. Hidden Agenda, Stone Boat. Prism didn't show up. Pat Travers was there though. Nice summer outdoor show. Sunny. BTO, great hand drum solo. Trying to remember if Nazareth and Blue Oyster Cult are both. I can't remember if they were there. Memory. But George So Good headlined the Saturday night or the Friday night, whatever night it was. But then the last night, Fist I don't think showed. Rick Derringer, Rick Emmett I don't know if he showed, or Rad I know didn't show. ELO I watched for about 4 songs. And then I went to the car and listened to Deep Purple to get pumped for Deep Purple. ELO is big and popular and famous, but they're not my cup of tea one bit, so I couldn't watch them anymore and wanted to rock out. Oh, speaking of Deep Purple, that's the only shirt that I had a picture taken or like an album cover put onto a shirt, but this has to be on a shirt. Live at the California Jam. Totally love that album cover and the concert. Maybe the best concert DVD in music history is that. Like I told Ian Pace when I got to meet him at a meet and greet thing they had here, that California Jam was my Woodstock. I don't care about Woodstock. I don't even think I've ever even watched it. But California Jam, Deep Purple, I've watched hundreds of times. Black Sabbath was on the same bill. But it's this picture's on this is the front of the shirt. One of my favorite rock pictures of all time. This is where Blackmore throws the giant speakers over the edge of the stage. He broke a guitar, fired it into the crowd. Man, what a fight that would have been for that. But like 250,000 people. But I've got to make this quick here. Okay, here's a thing out for the Canadian. Well, actually, I shouldn't say Canadian fans watching this video, because the last T-shirt one I did had like single digits, and I was probably half of them. But just a whatever you want to call, sweatshirt or whatever, with the Rush first album. Totally love that logo. And this was a thrift store find. I'm like, oh, ZZ Top. Oh, good. I thought, I wish it was a concert picture, but that's still kind of funny. But then the bottom part, oh, Tres Hombres. Wow. And it was only like $5, so that was a great find. Nothing on the back. Here's one the legendary Scott Waters is going to be mad about. This is the back. This thing's phenomenal. I don't know if... And it's got a sparkle kind of ink or lettering on there. Like, might not show up on the camera, but it's like an airbrush. I don't know how people have the talent to draw these kind of things. I can't draw a stick man, but and the front is it's just got the same picture but on a smaller thing to cover my left breast. Ooh, what did I just say? That's creepy. It's trying to be funny. Now, again, another case for favorite t-shirt or sweatshirt that I own. It's a hoodie, zippered hoodie, but here's on the left part of the shirt, Ronnie Van Zant. Classic picture. I mean, look at that. That's him right there with the hat just barely over the eyes, and he's my top 3 vocalists of all time. And some people, or some person anyway, when I first started watching these YouTubes from Scott Waters, said that they reminded him of Ronnie Van Zant, Scott Waters, and I agreed. I thought, wow, if Scott Waters dressed like this and had that look, he'd be just like Ronnie Van Zant. But this is huge on the back, and on the sleeves, both sleeves has Ronnie Van Zant. Like, it's just an unreal thing. Here we get back to Sweden Rock. Big, giant, really nice warm hoodie. They do it right. They know how to market. Trouble is, I wish it was way cheaper, but 2013. Here's the lineup for that one. I love how they put the bands on the back. Kiss and Rush. Rush was the last band on the last night. Kiss was the night before the closing band. Print here is a little small, but Status Quo, Saxon, Doro, for some reason I didn't see. It must have been when someone else was on. UFO. I mean, the lineup for Sweden Rock is always is phenomenal. There's Manila Road. I keep seeing them pop up on these YouTube videos. Haven't checked them out much. Sweet, I saw live. They're great. And there's Bullet. They're like a 10 out of 10 live. I guess you can pause it and look at yourself. But anyway, that's that one. Now here's another Sweden Rock shirt, hoodie. 2000. What one's this? The 20-year anniversary, 2011. This one I've worn a lot. And no, that's not Jimmy Page, even though that's exactly what I think it is kind of like. But here's the back. Well, this was the one I went to. My wife saw Ozzy. She turned into a big Ozzy fan for some reason after that show. She doesn't like hard rock. She likes John Denver and Elton John, but she has a thing about Ozzy she really likes. And he was entertaining. I saw him outdoors with her. Oh, was it Finland or Denmark? But we got stuck at the front. Foam sprayed right in our faces, and she really thought it was a blast. So, but anyway, there's Accept, Saxon. Styx was really good live. And you get into the Buck Cherry I didn't see. Lee Aaron I did see. Iced Earth I didn't see. That made a guy no mad. Molly Hatchet, of course. And Striper. Well, anyway, you can pause it and look at the rest of the lineup. Well, now here's a band I saw in Vancouver a couple of years ago. This is the only thing on the front of this hoodie. It's the back that makes the hoodie. Oh, just wish I was rich and I could buy all tons of these things, but yeah, Saxon. Warriors of the Road. It's weird they put a US thing on there, but I guess that's more for the American audience. If I'm in Canada. Okay, only couple more items here. The old jean jacket thing I was trying to get started here. So I had someone to put a couple of patches on it, and I've got another almost half a dozen to go on, and I keep thinking I'm going to try and iron them on myself, but probably burn the house down. It's got the classic Kiss Army though, so it can't go wrong there. And then the back has the classic AC/DC's best album, except for maybe If You Want Blood, You've Got It, and Let There Be Rock. And this is just the radio show I did for a number of years, and big air guitar show. Oh, here's just a couple of hats. Picked this up at a record store in Kelowna or whatever. It was like $5. Brand new Van Halen hat. Nothing else on the back, but this was must have been from Sweden Rock. But this is a Status Quo hat. It's pretty cool. Never had anyone compliment me on that though, but people just don't understand. Now, here's one of these coats that are kind of I don't know what you call them, but they've got the leather sleeves, or at least they're fake leather. I have no idea. These Melton type jackets. I don't know what the fancy word is, but just a little striper patch on the front. And the old back patch. I think it's the only back patch I've ever bought, but I've always looked at them on the internet all the time. I love back patches, but yeah, Striper Soldiers Under Command. That was their tour t-shirt, had that on the front. But I guess that does it for the big video. So just end on a hockey note for the legendary Scott Waters. The Canucks won a game last night. They beat Buffalo. Hey, Rick Jeanneret, maybe the best announcer in sports history. Check out YouTube stuff of him announcing Buffalo Sabres. La 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 Fontaine, and he's unbelievable. And Harry Neal, great color man. Now who's number 16 for Buffalo? It just happens to be La 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 Fontaine. And there's a great Christmas one they do on the first day of Christmas. Da 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 da. And they do it with clips of the Sabres. I think there's even there's some great goals and this and that with Jeanneret announcing. But anyway, that does it. Canucks actually won a friggin' game, so hopefully they're on the way to the cup. So anyway, guess just thanks for watching, and don't forget, slower traffic, keep right.